Hello one and all, and welcome to another video of the ZTC training. I'm going to preface this video with the fact that if you do not have Google Chrome is the best browser for using LibreText. Okay, so just so you're aware, LibreText does work on most browsers. However, the Remix in particular, which is most likely the reason you're here, works best on Google Chrome. So, if you'd like to have a high likelihood of success with Remixer, so it is working correctly, and I guess the best way to put it is efficiently, formatting correctly is a big thing as well, so it doesn't look different from what I'm showing you, then I would suggest getting Google Chrome, or opening this through Google Chrome. So, another small preface in the last video we discussed, how to get a username and password. So, given that you should have that now, I'm just going to go ahead and enter it in here. Obviously, you can't really see it mine, but you're going to enter yours in the subject that you had selected. And you're going to hit sign in. It's going to have your name right here. And you're going to want, in this video, to follow along with me if you want to learn how to remix. Which, again, is the premise of this whole series. So they're going to give you a few options. Sign out, my subscriptions, my preferences, my contributions, or your Sandbox. Go ahead and click on your Sandbox. What you get is a few things. You get training, tutorials, references. You get a little thing. This should be empty if you haven't had any remixes yet. And you might have a third, dependent on how long you've been on the website. I have some remixes in here, and as you can see, this is the Faulty Odyssey, Annotated Iliad, and Annotated Odyssey. This is different chapters of different books placed into here. It's a remix. So, before you're going to want to start using the remix tool, you need to understand that making a map is key to basically organizing your remixer with the tool. So, I'm going to show you the tool real quick. Just to be aware, we're not yet going to create a book because it is important for us to discuss what a map is, what that'll look like. So if we go to Remixer, so Remixer here, actually says right here, works best on Chrome browser. So again, getting Chrome should help you. This will take a few seconds to load. There we go. So it's loading the Remixer. And in here, you'll have a bunch of stuff. Now, we're going to go over what this stuff is later. But first, I'm going to demonstrate very simply what this will look like. We're also going to go over the difference between transcluded and fork in the next video. I'll make that separate so it's not confusing and you can go back to it anytime you need. In here, you have your new book. I'll show you how to change the title of the book. Two things to remember is that is the front matter, that's chapter basically. So it's front matter and has the book on these pages. You don't want to touch that because it's important to the book showing that is an open resource, as in that you are not going to get in trouble for anything you're using in here. Also back matter. I'd suggest don't touch anything unless I go over it in a video or you've learned it from someone else, one of your peers. Not really necessary for you to do anything about. It'll give you 5 blank chapters. You can edit these manually, add them, or you can go back to these. 2 things we covered in the very first video, courses and bookshelves. So of course, bookshelves are the curated books for the section, this section being humanities. In multiple categories. Some of these categories may have subcategories, as you see. History is world history, national history, and local history. If you go into world history, you can find a lot of different books on history, as you would expect. Now, I'll just go to world history in here. See China and East Asia to the Ming Dynasty. So say that you wish for your students to learn about China and East Asia to Ming Dynasty. Well, which section do you want specifically? Let's look. I've got a wide variation. So, you can either choose to put one of these in, for example, Introduction to China and East Dynasty, and place that in as a chapter, and see how it automatically turned to 2? If you put it up here, you'll turn to 1, or you can get this entire thing and bam, you've got everything underneath here. See? Introduction to China and the Ming Dynasty. All of that inside of there. Now, if you want to remove it, simply click on it. It's highlighted blue. Hit the delete button. So that's the bookshelves, of course. Again, those are the curated books and then courses. You can actually get the remixes from other people who've already created books. Like this. You can include those in your own, which is a fantastic part of the whole LibreText system. Okay, this is great and all, but in order to create a book, you're going to need a map, and it's a little confusing on how to get to the map. So, I'm going to demonstrate this to you very simply. Now, you can get back to this page either by simply clicking on this, and it should bring you back to the main, but clicking on here and going back to your Sandbox should bring you directly here again. Your Sandbox should bring you directly here. There's a small guide that you can get to that'll show you how to do remixing maps. And in remixing maps, you're basically creating a format for how you want to create your book. What bits you want to use from each book. So I'll show you and demonstrate, except just explaining. So click on what I just did, that yellowish little tab. I'll show you one more time just so you see. In case you weren't paying attention or already missed it, click on this. Click on Basic Editing right here. You have to pay attention because this is a little difficult to get to. As you can see, there's a lot of resources, and up here as well, for stuff that you can use in order to basically learn how to advance your abilities. But we want to go straight forward into this so you can get the gist of things. So go ahead and click on Basic Editing. It's going to pop up this. Okay, ignore all this. You don't need this yet. Simply go to Remixer University. Click on a quick guide to LibreText for new instructors. If I were you, I would bookmark this however you bookmark, because this page is some pretty simple stuff I'll be covering in this video. So I will go more in depth, and this is really great to return to. So, under Getting Started, if you click on here, you see how to log in and reach your Sandbox. We discussed that, how to make a LibreText remix. Already kind of covered that. Copy, transcode, and fork remixes, that'll be in a future video. Building remixing maps, this is what you want to click on. Building remixing maps. So upon clicking on this, you get this whole page, and you might think, whoa, what is this? Okay, Packers colors. You got these colors, whatever you want to call it. You've got a big mess right here. What this is, and if you read this on this article by going here, basically this is showing you that before you go and use that remixer tool, what I was demonstrating, you first, and this should make a lot of sense to you, you should first go through the available books in the section and find what most likely will apply to your class. So, what does that mean? We're currently in chemistry. Bookshelves have the books that are not remixed. Let's let's go to Introductory Conceptual. Well, if you need a book that covers Introductory Conceptual and GOP Chemistry, most likely going to look in here, and then you can go in here and say you need specifically electrons and atoms. Let's look at this one. These concepts look like what you need. Quantum mechanics. Of course, a super fascinating topic. However, is this what you need? That's a thing I want to emphasize here. LibreText will not just give you all the answers to everything you need. They'll make them available, but you have to look for them. It will not build the book for you automatically. You have to find what you want in the book by going to these sections, basically, of these books. Obviously, the bookshelves thing, you need to find sections that you want. Once you have those sections that you want, for example, again, general chemistry, go to here. Now you want thermochemistry. Okay, does this look like what you want? Okay, do you want this? Cool. Find a way to save the link or somewhere where you can organize this. For example, a Excel sheet or something. Anything that can help you organize this. The point of this mid part, it's probably going to be the longest videos in the entire series, but this point is to emphasize the fact that once you find the materials under the bookshelves in your section, you're not going to want to go outside your section. You're going to look in social sciences to find something for chemistry. You want to stay in chemistry, under, of course, the bookshelves. Or courses. Oops. The bookshelves or the courses. Which courses are already remixed. Bookshelves are unremixed. Once you go in here, you're going to want to find the sources and organize them. Like this. You can actually see there is an Excel sheet that's been made available. You'll have to remove it, but it's basically the same thing. You click on this, and you can download this. What this will allow you to do is to then go in and yourself remove all this, if you'd like. I feel like you'd want to remove all that. You could also copy this or remove all this. As you can see, I've organized it in a way where you can organize all your things once you have all your books. Actually, I realize you may not be able to see it, but I'm currently on the screen with the Excel sheet. Once again, once you have it all organized, you're going to want to return. Basically, it was on that screen with the green and yellow Excel sheet. Once you have it organized, return to the Remixer. Remixer is right here. It should always appear right here. I'm just not logging in the chemistry area, so I'm using the humanities page to do this. So now that you have, for example, let's just pretend this is your map and you filled it in with what you want, what sections you need. Look at it. What do you need from what? You go to bookshelves. What do you need from here? You need this. You needed this. You wrote it down, and you wrote down that you needed this. Right below that, as you can see, you slowly build your book up again. If you want to delete something, just click on it. It should turn blue and hit delete page. If you want to add a page, simply click on the type of page you would like. For example, this is a chapter. Hit new page. See that? A new page right underneath it. Go like that one more time. And it'll create a subcategory. Even more. It'll just keep going the more you do that. So let's say you want specifically a whole new chapter. Well then, click on the book, page, there you go. See? A whole new blank chapter. I'm probably not going to be wanting blank chapters much yet, but that's okay. And once you've organized everything that you want for your book, I think I put 2 of the same chapter, but that's fine. I'm not making a book for any students of mine, so that's alright. Once you've established what you want in your book, and again, you can mix chapters and sections from various books of any section. That's the whole point of this. Once you've done all that, go ahead up here and name it. As you can see, it's actually changing live down here. Oops, if I can spell. And probably just keep it in transclude. That's honestly the best until I explain the difference. And then you're going to hit Save to Server. I'm not going to do it because I don't need to do it. I'm not creating a book for myself. Where this will appear is this. This will appear in your sandbox. So either appear in whatever this will be, your third square here. It won't be called Jaybird, it can be called something different, or it'll appear in here underneath your email. Should appear in here. It'll also appear appropriately, of course, under whatever university you're part of. So say, for example, I'm a part of Evergreen Valley College. Well, it will not only appear in your sandbox, but it will appear somewhere here. See, this is just one book, but your book, let's see if we can find one. That's multiple, there we go. Your book would appear as one of these under your university. So say your University of Allegheny County, it'll appear in your sandbox, and it'll appear under the university that you stated when you were signing up with your email on that request form a video ago. It will show up in the university that you signed up with or the one that you proposed. There's an option at the very bottom. It is proposed to join your university. So this is very simple. This is how you go and actually remix a book. Next videos, we're going to go over what forking and transcluding is. That'll be a shorter video. We're also going to discuss how, specifically, to edit parts of the book that have already been done, and will go more and more advanced as we progress.